Alright, so getting started, I did just pop on my little ears. It's a new headband that I got, so it just like keeps my hair back. I did go ahead and do my brows off camera because I already have a tutorial on that. I did pop on my MAC Painterly paint pot just on my eyes, and then I also set them, or just like set that, with the AOA Studio Perfect Setting Powder in the shade 20, and this is the brightening one, but you can use any setting powder honestly as long as it doesn't have color. So just nice and naked base, and we're just gonna go in with a fluffy brush. This is just kind of just to put it like all over the crease. Sorry. Okay, so starting off, we're gonna go into the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Palette Remastered, and we're gonna go into the shade, I believe, Henna. Yep. So we're just gonna go into this shade right here. Okay, so we're gonna pop that shade into the crease, and we're just gonna begin to buff that out. And this doesn't have to be perfect, it's just a nice wash of color. Alright, so I went ahead and did the other eye off camera, and I just kind of did like a nice light wash. The color is super pigmented, so that is like with a light hand. Huda's mattes in this palette are amazing. They're literally the only thing I like about this palette, honestly. And with that, you can literally get another palette with nice mattes. So yeah, so we're just gonna put a nice little wash. Now we're gonna go into a bit of a darker brown. This is a black smoky eye, but I always like to incorporate browns just because I feel that like you can go straight in with black, but then like sometimes then you might like, I don't know, I just honestly find it easier, and this is how I learned how to do a smoky eye, so this is what I'm more comfortable with. You can go ahead and just use darker or like blacks, because some blacks aren't as pigmented as others, which I'm going to get into in a bit here. So yeah, we're just going to go into a little bit of a darker brown, and we're going to go in back into the Huda palette, and we're going to go in with Xoxo. So it just looks like this guy right there, and we're just going to take that on. Actually, we're going to just use the same brush, and we're just going to pop that on. Alright, so once your brush is nice and coated, I'm just gonna focus that not as high as this one, but again just like a nice wash. So start on the outer and start sweeping in. You can see the difference, so just like that. And then once you do windshield, I always do windshield, and then I buff it with circular, and just yeah. Alright, so once you're happy with that, it should just kind of look like this. So just a nice wash of that color, so it's a little bit darker. So now we're going to start working with the blacks. So with that, we're going to go into, whoopsie daisies, a little bit more of a denser brush, and this is again just by Wet n Wild. And we're actually going to go into my Juvia's Place palette, the Saharan palette, and it just looks like this. So we're gonna use this shade right here, and that is the shade Chad. Now I haven't worked with this black yet, so I'm just gonna see how pigmented it is first. Okay, that's actually super pigmented. Okay, we're not gonna take that one just yet, because that one, I always like to work with a not so pigmented black first. I actually thought that one would be a not so pigmented for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking. It looks like it doesn't look pitch black in the pan, so I was like, oh, that one will work fine. But no. So we're going to go back into the Huda palette, and we're going to go into her black. And even when she released this palette, she literally said the reason why her black wasn't so pigmented is for the reason that when you're using a black that you can build it up, and I really appreciate that. But again, I just like Huda's as a base for the black, not actually to do the whole smoky eye. I just honestly would rather do one quick base with a black than build black, build black, build black, because you can just go in with the really dark black after the lighter black. So that is what we're gonna do. Alright, so taking that little bit of a denser brush, we're going to go into her black, which is called Black Truffle. Just looks like that. And just gonna dab it in a few times. Always dust it off, so it looks like that. It looks super dark on the brush, but I guarantee it's not, I promise you. So this one we're gonna just start to really focus on the outer and into the crease. We are going to put like a whole black right across the lid too, but this I really like to ensure that it's black or that it's blended better, so we go in with black before we put black onto the lid. And I know this probably doesn't make any sense, but it'll make sense once we get going. So yeah, so we're gonna pop that right into here. Always inner or outer first, and then start to buff that into the crease. And it's okay if it looks messy, that's the beauty of a smoky eye. It's supposed to be. Alright, so I went ahead and did on this eye, so it's not super blended right now, so we're gonna go back into just our bigger, so we're gonna take the dense, put that down. I'm gonna go in with the first brush that we use, so a little bit of a fluffier brush with just whatever product is left on here. So I'm just gonna tap off, and then that might still be on there, but whatever. And you're just gonna start to further blend, because even though it's supposed to be smoky, I'm just, I love having mine like even further blended. So just going to, and I'm not light with this, I'm going in pretty ham. Alright, so once you have that further blended, it should just kind of look like that. So now we're going to pack the dark black onto the eyelid. Now once we have the dark black on the eyelid and all that, it's going to look really messy. And then that's when we're going to blend it with nothing on the brush. And then it should start to go darker. And then if it doesn't, then you can add more black on your crease, and then yeah, so it'll make more sense once we start going. So the blackest black that I always knew of was from the Balm palette. Now finding a really dark black is actually quite difficult, at least I found. So okay, excuse the Balm palette. So this actually, I stepped on this by accident, but oddly enough none of my shadows are broken, just the mirror. So, but anyways, so Serious in this palette is so freaking dark. So I'm literally going to go like 1, 2, and it is coated, and it is so black. So I'm just gonna kind of see which black is blacker, if that makes any sense, because that's the one that we're gonna want to use. So I'm gonna go back into that Juvia's place and just swatch a little bit. Okay, so it appears that the Juvia's is blacker. I did swirl a few more times, so I'm just going to okay, so this one was Juvia's, this one was the Balm. So Juvia's looks like it's darker. I did swirl it a few more times, so there is that, but okay, well, we'll try and work with Juvia's. Alright, so to pack that onto the lid, we're going to go into the Vintage Cosmetics, just a step 3 brush, but it's just a little flat shader brush. It just looks like that. So yeah, so then we're going to go into that black shade by Juvia's, which I believe is Chad. Yeah. Wow, so that's like a couple swipes, and you can't see it because of my background, but it's pretty coated. So we're going to just go ahead. I'm going to get in close, and oh my god. Fallout's real. Oh, so I know no matter what, the reason why I never do my foundation and stuff first is because with looks, like, I find I don't mind follow because it just means the eyeshadow is usually more pigmented. But so when you have, like, I used to do this all the time. I'd get so frustrated. I'd have, you know, my makeup would look so good, and then I'd go and do my eyes, and then I'd have all this fallout, and then I'd go to wipe it. Bitch. Okay, anyway, literally I'd go to wipe it and stuff like this would happen. I didn't even think I had anything on my hand, but stuff like this, and then like I'll go to wipe it off, and then it just like it takes off all your makeup, and you don't want that. Alright, so that's all cleaned up, so we're gonna just continue to pack that on. Oh, again, if you have really tiny eyes like I do, you might not want to do a black smoky eye. Like, you might just want to stick to browns because then it won't cover your eye so much. Like, once I put lashes on, my eyes will be super tiny. I love a smoky eye, so I don't let it bother me, but that's totally like a personal decision. So yeah. Alright, so once you have that packed onto the lid, we're gonna go ahead and blend that just with that fluffy brush. Like, you can already like look at that fallout. But anyway, we're gonna go back into that fluffy brush, nothing on it, and we're just gonna start to blend that crease or that lid shade. Just windshield. You're gonna want to start to bring it up. Now, when you are blending this out, you can go windshield, you can go circular, I always do both because you can get a better blend. Now with doing this, you are going to lose some of that pigment of the black, but no worries, we're going to go back in after with more black. Alright, so once you're done blending, I did go ahead and clean up underneath here, which I don't know why, because I'm going to go ahead and pack another layer. This layer will be kind of like the final layer. We'll still add, or still blend a little bit more. But yeah, so we're just going to go ahead back into that Chad shade from Juvia's. Pack that. We're just going to really focus this just on the center, just like a couple little ones, not as much as last time. I'll kind of show you what I mean. So just going to, in the palette, kind of just go like 1, 2, just like that. Tap off that excess because we don't want as much. Because right now it's not, you know, it could be smokier, it could be darker, but this is as dark as I usually like to go. So we're just going to pack a little bit more on. So I don't know if you can notice how darker this one is than this one. I can a little bit, but not by much. Alright, and then y'all know the drill. We're going to go back in with this and further blend. Alright, so once you're happy with how everything looks and how everything's blended, you could go ahead and add some more browns to really smoke it out more. But sorry, I was looking down my mirror. But I'm pretty happy with how this looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some lashes, mascara, and liner, and I'll be back to finish the video. So I went ahead and popped on some lashes, I did my lips, and I went ahead and smoked my outer line, just using that Chad color again from the Juvia's Place palette. Oh, and I also finished my makeup, went ahead and just did some more full coverage makeup, and I popped my bad bitch wig on. This is my gray one, and I fucking love this wig, and I also fucking love the makeup. But this wig is my favorite. I swear it's just the lighting that makes it look super shiny, but like it actually isn't, and it actually looks really, really good, and it photographs really, really nicely. And I'm trying to get that knot out. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like it and subscribe if you haven't. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments down below. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Until next time, bye guys.